Oh, it's a pity, but we haven't got enough time today. You need about 8 or 9 hours to visit all museums here in this park, Patriot. But we're going to visit only Partisan Village and the main cathedral and museum. It was my dream to visit this sacred place for all Russians. And now I'm inside this triumph arch and have a look at the ceiling. There will be more than 50 bells. And soon all visitors can hear the music of these bells, and it's really impressive. This triumph arch was finished just last year. It's new, but looks fantastic. And my dear viewers, this is the Cathedral of Armed Forces of Russia, and it was built 3 years ago in 2020. Yes. And all this line around the cathedral is a museum, great museum. You see, 1,418 steps to victory, because the Second World War lasted for 1,418 days. So this is where this museum continues. So it takes 3 hours to visit it, and it's a pity, but we don't have enough time today. Next time we will visit museum, and today just only cathedral. I'm traveling together with my friends, you know, some of my friends, Natasha from Murmansk, Sasha, TikToker, and others. And truly speaking, I can't help crying looking at this masterpiece. The price of this cathedral is 6 trillion rubles. So here we are, the museum, the way of memory, 1,418 steps to the victory. November 1941, 10 kilometers from this point, the last line of defense. Our ancestors, heroes, defeated fascist troops and didn't let them go to Moscow. This is a monument to this, to glory. 41, this is not 1941. It means 41 kilometers to the heart of Russia. 41 kilometers to Kremlin walls. Just imagine how close to Moscow fascist troops was. I admire the bravery of our grandfathers, of our ancestors. I'm coming in the lower church. Have a look, it's in Byzantine style, and mosaics is everywhere. It's gorgeous, really gorgeous, and so unusual for Russian Orthodox. Oh, and have a look at this ceiling. The view is right down in Commons. Is it really impressive? I believe so. And it's allowed to film here. It's amazing. So I'm keeping silence. Oh, and this is for baptism. I see font with water. Oh my God. Oh my God. Guys, when you decide to visit Russia, you must plan to go here to visit this sacred place. It's really so wonderful. Oh, this mosaics is eye-catching. And we are going to visit the upper temple, and I want to show you this side of this unbelievable cathedral. And this floor is made of steel from Nazi tanks. It's very symbolizing. I have no words. Just try to feel it. I feel tingles. is on the ceiling the biggest, the largest image of Christ in the world. 22 meters. This is gorgeous. Do you remember my video from Stalingrad? Do you remember the monument Motherland? Here is the link. And this icon is about that. Have a look at this wonderful bread. So, the recipe of 1942.
It's really wonderful. It's very tasty.
In a rural partisan village. Very tasty bread. Can you imagine the life during the Great Patriotic War? Partisans have a look. Where am I? In a real partisan storage, and let's see what's inside. Wow, the smell of onion and carrot and beetroot and vegetables and canned food. This is salty cabbage and salty green tomatoes. Yeah, very good storage for keeping food all year round. This is how the Belarus partisan house looked like. What are you doing? Are you counting?
I'm counting. Yes, I'm counting that.
And this is what
that my friends will
We'll buy it.
and one more, and show it. It's wussiki. I don't know how to say.
Yeah.
Daddy.
Old-fashioned weight. Yeah, look, it's very tasty. I think so. We call it землянка. It means house built under the ground. And this is a partisan kitchen. So, a kind of stove for cooking, wooden table and benches, and another one stove with firewoods. When in 1941 Nazi troops attacked Soviet Union, all Soviet people rose to fight against fascism, and the conditions of living were awful, but we won. As for me, I think it's impossible to live in such conditions, but war is war. And it was a real Russian bathhouse for partisans. And it was like a school for partisans, with a portrait of Stalin, the leader of USSR, and with some movies about Great Patriotic War. How to hide correctly in the forest, so nobody could find you, if you can build something like these houses. And you see, this building is closed. Why? Because that is, and it was, and it is the storage of armory, of weapon. Impressive. And have a look at this old school well without water. Maybe the water is inside, but it's closed. What a smell of firewoods. That was a place for cooking food outside. Ah, Red Cross. That was a hospital, partisan hospital for wounded soldiers and partisans. So tiny. And this is a house of partisans, signalmen. They were responsible for delivering the information. Great equipment. I think that real землянка house under the ground looked like this. You may see. You see, many Russians are here visiting this partisan village and this wonderful place. Place for meeting with the red flag of USSR. and with portraits of Lenin and Stalin, and with radio, and with maps. Did I tell you that I'm very lucky? I managed to find time and to visit this great museum. And there is no fee for entrance. Just go your own 1418 steps to victory. Let's get started. Peaceful time. And the first day of war. Oh my God. Oh my God. I hate Nazis. This is the Museum of History of War, day by day. Germany attacked Soviet Union, 22nd of June, 1941. Brest in Belarus was the first. Millions of Soviet heroes, Soviet soldiers. All these letters and newspapers. Every step symbolizes one day. It is so touching. All this. The defense of my Moscow. And 1,299 steps to victory. More steps. It was just the beginning. I'm impressed. I just feel I'm fighting against Nazis. The siege of Leningrad. I sway across the frozen lake with bread.
28 декабря 1941 года. Боятся, жар сильный. Раненого на краю поля в канавку спрятал, чтобы пуля не попала. Кое-как и его отошел. Осталась одна. Военная бежать. Побежала в меня стрелять стала. Убралась на стала по полу ползать. Тут мимо сделал, меня засыпал. Думал, конец. Чувство откапывал. Продышалась.
The defense of Sebastopol in Crimea. Stalingrad bottle. The most terrible bottle in the history. Unconquerable Stalingrad, unconquerable USSR. Caucasian mountains. This is bottle Kurskaya Duga. The turning point of the war. Sasha, I am shocked.
I'm shocked too.
It's an amazing museum. Impressive. I can't find words. Can I touch it? Kiev bottle. And the life in Rio was very hard. Soviet people worked day and night. 65 million of people were killed during the Second World War. Of course, our allies were the best. France, United States of America, Great Britain, and China, together with Russian soldiers, we won. Moscow to the left, Berlin to the right. Do you remember my videos about Murmansk city? So this is Murmansk city during the Great Patriotic War. Next haul is about the liberation of Europe from Nazism. Think about it, dear friends. "117 steps to victory." It's about the liberation of different European cities. And great long line in every hall of great heroes. finally a red Soviet flag on the roof of a Reichstag in Berlin. The war is over. Have you ever seen the original dress of Adolf Hitler? Here in this museum you can see it. Victory, great victory, and the first parade. That's why all Russians love this wonderful day, 9th of May, and we celebrate it every year. And here you can see Nazis' flags down. Nobody is forgotten, nothing is forgotten. This museum is the greatest museum for visiting together with families, with kids, and all people are in shock.